Hi Geminis, welcome to July. In this video I'm gonna be talking about the transits in July. So let's see. This should be an interesting month. We have quite a few things happening in July. And so the month begins with the conjunction of Sun and Mercury on the 8th degree of Cancer. Okay, technically this conjunction happened on June 30th, and I mistakenly said this is happening on July 1st in my June horoscope. So I apologize for that. So yeah, this conjunction happened in your second house. And the second house is the house of money, your earnings, the money that you make and that you earn. And so think of it this way: the sun is the boss of our solar system. Everything revolves around the sun, and Mercury is your ruling planet. So yeah, imagine your ruling planet meeting with the boss in your money house. So it's gonna be something about money. I don't know, like some news regarding your money. Yes, something important. Let me know in the comments what it is. Now, on July 3rd, we have a full moon in Capricorn on the 11th degree. Okay, so this full moon is gonna be illuminating your 8th house, and the sun is gonna be in your second house. Again, money matters are triggered. So what can that be? The full moon is like a culmination, but this is not a lunar eclipse, so don't expect like some major culminations. No, it's gonna be something minor. So it's gonna be about your loans, the money that people owe you, or the money that you owe to people. Again, as I said, loans, credit cards, shared resources. What else? Intimacy. So those matters are somehow gonna be lit up. Now, the good news is this full moon is not making bad aspects. Think about the full moon that happened in June in Sagittarius. That one was tense because there were like two T-squares in the sky on that day. So yeah, I don't know how you guys felt it, but it must have been tense because in my case, yeah, I really did feel the effect of that full moon like 3 days after the full moon. So yeah, but this time in July, this full moon is not bad. It's gonna be making a trine to Jupiter in Taurus, okay, and it's gonna be making a sextile to Saturn in Pisces. Remember, Saturn rules Capricorn, so the ruler of the full moon is gonna be making a positive aspect to the full moon. Yeah, it's like a good omen. So yeah, so instead of like being irritable, moody, we might feel emotional, but in a positive way. Okay, because this full moon is happening right before July 4th, so we might be in a mood to party, to have fun. Yeah, it's a good indication. And then, so what else did am I forgetting to mention? So yeah, I think I mentioned everything that I need to mention. And then on July 6th, we have a T-square, okay, involving the moon, Venus, Mars, and Uranus. This can be tense, but it's gonna last for only 1 day because the moon is fast. It changes signs every 2.5 days. So yeah, but don't be surprised if people are a little bit on the edge, irritable on that day. You yourself might feel that way, but yeah, be patient with yourself and others. And then on July 9th, we have the last quarter moon in Aries on the 17th degree. Last quarter moon, this is like time to wrap up all the things that were started with Gemini new moon in June. Okay, so last quarter moon kind of starts the week before new moon in Cancer. So take this time to recharge your batteries, to rest, okay, to relax, to get ready for the new lunar month. Like don't expect news, decisions, announcements until after the new moon. Okay, like I'm gonna give you an example from my life. Like in May, I was having some problems, and because like in the panic mode, I found some project and I packed all of my stuff. I was ready to go, but somehow I couldn't find a way to get to that place, and because of the delays, that person ended up changing their mind, and it was canceled by the time new moon happened. Yeah, and then like because I didn't look at my transits, I felt so dumb. I'm like, wow, like I should have looked. It was obvious that it's not gonna start. Yeah, because so this is my example of last quarter moon experience. Okay, so in your case also, don't waste energy trying to start something new. Wait until the new moon. Like so yeah. On July 10th, we have Mars entering Virgo until August 27th. So yeah, Virgo for you, that is your fourth house. And fourth house is the house of your home, the house where you live. It's the house of your family. Okay, your emotions. And Mars, it's like the planet of energy. Think of it as an engine on airplane. It makes the airplanes fly, right? Yeah. So Mars is like that. It's like an energizer. So it's gonna energize those things. Your family, your home. Like in a negative, the negative manifestation of this aspect can be that you will be like quarreling with your family, like, or with the people you live with, because as I said, fourth house is your home, the place where you live. Yeah, so you might be like bickering with people you live with your roommates, or the more positive manifestation of this energy can be that you will be making renovations around your house, fixing things around your house, because Mars gives you energy, and it's summertime. You can be like, okay, like while it's still warm, I'm gonna make a few changes. Okay, so yeah, so Mars is gonna be in your fourth house until August 27th. Next, on July 11th, Mercury enters Leo, your third house. Yeah, until July 28th. Yeah, Mercury, your ruling planet, is gonna enter the house where it feels comfortable, the Gemini house, the third house. So expect to be extra chatty. Yeah, you might be texting a lot, you might be talking a lot. Yeah, your mind might be active, you might be writing a lot. In my case, like when Mercury was transiting my third house, like I was writing pages and pages. Yeah, I was writing like astrology reports. So yeah, expect to be like extra communicative. So yeah, until July 28th, from July 11th. So on July 17th, finally, we have a new moon in Cancer on the 24th degree of Cancer in your second house. Second house is the house of money, your earnings, your values. Okay. So yeah, something about money, but this is not a solar eclipse, so don't expect like something major, like some new career beginning. No, not like that. So it's more like, yeah, some small changes, some small news regarding money matters. Yeah. Now the thing is, this new moon is not as pleasant as the full moon on July 3rd, because this new moon is gonna be opposing Pluto on the 29th degree of Capricorn. Okay. Yeah, so this might be a little bit tense. But unlike full moons, new moons are not emotional. Think of it like in terms of like tides. When there's like a new moon, the water is like really far away from the beach. Okay, I don't know what it's called. Is it called like low tides? And like English is not my native language, so I don't know all the terms. So yeah, even though there will be this like tense aspect, don't expect to be like moody. No, it shouldn't be that way. And this full moon, this new moon is not completely hopeless. There will be a trine from Neptune. Okay, it's gonna act like a pressure valve for the opposition between the luminaries and Pluto. And also, the new moon is gonna be receiving a sextile from Uranus in Taurus. So yeah, there is still hope for this new moon. What else? As I said, this is not a solar eclipse, so don't expect something major. But what you can expect is some news, some announcement, some decision, if you have been waiting for that. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but usually new things basically begin after the new moon. If you haven't noticed this, try to pay attention, okay? Make a little experiment observing. You will notice that like a lot of news, a lot of decisions happen after new moons. So yeah, you can start new things after July 17th. Next, on the same day as the new moon, the North Node enters Aries. So the North Node and the eclipses have been happening in your 12th house. 12th house is the house of like isolation, where you like isolate yourself to rest. It's like the house of rest. Okay, that's like the very last house in astrology. So yeah, remember you had solar eclipses happening in your sign in 2022 and 2021. So those times were active, and so when the North Node entered your 12th house, the spotlight left you and entered, and the focus shifted to your house of rest. So you must have rested. And now, when the North Node enters your 11th house, now the focus shifts to your house of friendships. So now you can emerge from your isolation and start making friends. Yeah, that's basically like the interpretation of this. And so North Node takes 18 years to come back to the same sign. So that means North Node, the last time North Node was in your 11th house was in 2005 and 2006. Try to think back what happened back then, if you were old enough to remember. I myself like was a teenager back then, so it was regular stuff like school, home, like video games and stuff like that. Yeah, nothing major. But for adults, try to think back in 2005 and 2006. What happened? Did you make any major friendships back then? Are you still friends with those people? Yeah, so that is basically the meaning. Also, the 11th house is not only like friendships, it's the house of like humanitarianism, like it's the house of Aquarius, like technology, wishes. Maybe you came up with like a new wish and new dream. Okay, so yeah, you can expect those things again. So this year, starting from July, and next year. And so the arrival of North Node in your 11th house also means that the eclipses will be happening in your 11th house, yeah, and 5th house, the opposing house. So yeah, and the first eclipse actually happened in April in your 11th house. So what happened in terms of your friendships? Okay, so yeah, now on July 22nd, Venus stations retrograde at 28th degree of Leo in your 3rd house. Venus retrogrades in the same sign every 8 years. So that means last time Venus was retrograde in Leo in your 3rd house was in August 2015. Try to think back. What happened in August 2015? Your 3rd house is the house of communication, your siblings, short distance travels. You might say it's the house of your like car as well, because movement, you know, mutable house. So yeah, like what happened then? So similar themes are gonna be activated, but it's not gonna be the same, obviously. For example, last time Venus was retrograde in Leo, it was trining Uranus, but this time it's gonna be squaring Uranus. Yeah, you get the idea. So yeah, your 3rd house. I'm gonna make a separate video for this in July. Okay, I'm gonna talk more about that in detail. Next, on the same day as Venus station retrograde, we have Sun entering Leo. So the Sun will enter your 3rd house. Yeah, the Sun will be in the early degrees of Leo and Venus in the late degrees of Leo. So yeah, all the things, as I mentioned, all the Gemini things are gonna be activated. Communication, writing, texting, short distance travel. If you live in a city, go exploring like your city. So basically that is Sun in your 3rd house. On July 23rd, we have the exact square of Pluto to North Node in Aries. I mean, The North Node is gonna be squaring Pluto as soon as it enters Aries, but on July 23rd it's gonna be like exact square. Yeah, so for you that is like your 8th house and your 11th house. North Node, I mean, it's like a point, it's not really a planet, so you might not like really feel it unless you have like some planets on those degrees. Yeah, maybe some of you have Venus in the late degrees of Aries, then you will feel this. Or maybe you have your moon in the late degrees of Aries or Capricorn, okay, then you will feel this. But others, it might be like a very subtle influence that you barely notice, okay? Next, Chiron turns retrograde on the 19th degree of Aries on the same day, like on July 23rd. So Chiron is in your friendship house. It's been there for a couple of years now, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So whatever, like in your friendships, like in terms of your friendships, all the wounds are gonna like have been reopened and like in order to heal. Yeah, so now it's gonna go retrograde. I mean, Chiron is a subtle influence. You will feel this retrograde if you have planets around the 19th degree of Aries. Maybe you have your Mars in there, or maybe your moon, then you're definitely gonna feel it. But those of you who don't really have planets in Aries or any points in Aries, then you might not really feel this, okay? What else? On July 25th, we have the first quarter moon. So yeah, it's gonna be in Libra. Yeah, the moon will be like half. That means you're gonna start seeing the results, the tangible results of the new moon in Cancer. Okay, so it happened in your 2nd house, in your money house. So yeah, maybe when the moon is in Libra, you will receive your first payment or something. I don't know, like so yeah, that is the first quarter moon. It kind of shows the result of that new moon. Even though it starts something new, we cannot really see the moon yet, like it's still in the darkness. But by the time it reaches the first quarter moon, yeah, we see the half of the moon already. And on July 28th, your ruling planet Mercury enters Virgo, another sign that it rules, and it's gonna be in that sign until October 4th, because it's gonna be retrograde in that sign. Yeah, so it's gonna be in your 4th house for an extended stay starting from July 28th. So yeah, again, 4th house is your family, your emotions, the place where you live, yeah, your roommates and stuff. So the communication is gonna be active, I guess, more active in that area. Mars is also gonna be in that house, so yeah, active communication in that area. So this is pretty much it for July. We're gonna start the month with that conjunction of Sun and Mercury, your ruling planet, in your money house, so that's good. I feel like this month the focus, there's like lots of focus in your money, okay, like money houses. So the conjunction of Sun and Moon in your money house, and then the full moon in your money houses. So the money that you earn and the money that you owe, like your credit cards, your loans, and the people, I mean the money that people owe you, yeah, those things are gonna be somehow illuminated at this full moon. And it's not a bad full moon, so maybe you'll just be reevaluating your finances. Maybe you'll pay off some loan, maybe you'll pay off some credit card bills, like yeah, okay. So, and as I said, this is not a lunar eclipse, so don't expect like some major endings, major transformations, no. And it's a nice full moon, so I'm assuming it's gonna manifest in more like, yeah, you close one credit card, you pay off the bill for that credit card, and then what else? We have this Mars entering your 4th house. Yeah, so don't bicker with roommates and stuff. Yeah, like it's try to focus that on, like maybe declutter your home while Mars is in Virgo. Yeah, or repair some stuff at home. And then what else? Mercury enters your third house, so communication will be more active until July 28th from July 11th. And then we have a new moon in your money house. So yeah, some sort of news regarding your money, okay? Like, so yeah, what else? Venus stations retrograde in your third house. So you will be reevaluating your values regarding communication, words, I don't know, like your siblings, short distance travel, your neighbors, yes, and those things you're gonna be reevaluating. I'm gonna talk more about that next month. North Node enters your 11th house, so you will be coming out of isolation, so to speak. You'll be ready to make new friends. So yeah, use this energy until like next year to make like new friends. And then so yeah, the month ends with Mercury's entering Virgo, okay? And that's gonna be until excuse me, October 4th. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe. And I wish you guys a pleasant July, okay? And I'll see you in August. Bye.